Pack on those roads, and we're still getting light snow still falling from Lawrenceburg to Brookville on top of the 4 inches that's on the ground in many spots that fell overnight. We've got a few areas of 5 inches, and then you've got that ½ an inch of ice underneath. So everything, again, while those snow totals did not reach the 10-inch range because of that ice opportunity, it still is in the range of winter storm warning criteria from National Weather Service. So, I mean, we have issues. I mean, there's no question. We've got issues. Big time ones, too. Liberty Township right now, Westchester seeing light snow into Sharonville. Look at the snow. I mean, that mound is growing. We're at 19.3 inches for the month of February. Should be at 3 inches. So there is no question on the active month that we have had. We've got 26.6 now for the season. That is above our average. Seasonal average is around here about 22 inches. So now to 11 a.m., you're going to have spinouts. It is slow. You need to give yourself extra time. Moderately high. We've got light snow. The heavy accumulation's over, but that accumulation with the ice underneath giving us the problems that we 100% expected this morning. We get into tomorrow afternoon. Night into Thursday, snow comes back. Thursday morning into Thursday afternoon, travel gets tricky again with additional accumulation. Right now, 5:56. Let's get over to Rebecca. Looking at those roads, and you got something else there. Is that another spin out?
Well, no, this is just a regular car traveling along this very, snow-laden highway there. Butler County Veterans Highway at State Route 747. Also known as Princeton-Glendale Road. I just wanted to give you an idea of what a different part of town was looking like up north in Butler County, where the roads are described as, being pretty bad by a lot of drivers. You can see that one particular car is just fine, but a lot of snow there on those roadways, even though they've been treated. So we're definitely dealing with one of those mornings where things could be dangerous for sure. So err on the side of extra time. Absolutely. I'd say this morning, generally speaking, leave yourself an extra 30 minutes or so. That one accident I was telling you about, 275 eastbound at Turkey Foot, maybe tack on an extra 5 minutes through there because there is a vehicle that went off the road in that area. Let's take a live look at the camera and show you what's happening there. 471, the Big Mac Bridge, still pretty light volume. I would imagine some people may be staying at home, working from home today, so that will be good for them. Let's check in right now with Drew Ammond to see how he's doing in Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
Yeah, let's check in with him. How's it going out there, Drew?
Hey, good morning, Jess. Yeah, actually been here about an hour now in Lawrenceburg, and as you can see, we're actually at the corner of 4th Street and Main. A lot of snow-covered roads out here. The Indiana Department of Transportation for the Southeast District just tweeted within the past 15 minutes that, you got to be mindful of these roads. Obviously, on 50, they've done a nice job. I say obviously because I mentioned that within the last 20 or 25 minutes live here on air, Fox 19 now. Of course, the fact that we're here close to 50, you can see this snow accumulation here. This is why you got to be so mindful still out on the roads today and look out for that ice. But again, the trucks have been out since 6 through 11 as far as that time frame Sunday night as far as the district that runs up through Aurora. So again, they're doing all they can here, obviously making shift changes around midnight, and then of course another shift change that is around noon. But again, keep this in mind. They got 28 trucks out as far as this particular district that is, and we will continue to focus on Lawrenceburg and the conditions here. But you can see right here, this road in particular here, as we're right along Main Street. Again, this is one of the reasons why if you're coming out of one of these side streets here, you check the snow here to my left. Obviously, this is why you got to be very cognizant of what's going on. But they got the crews out here. They're at work, and we'll continue to update you here live on Fox 19 now. Drew Ammon in Lawrenceburg. We'll send it back to you.
This is a Fox 19 Now First Alert Weather Day.
All right, we're starting this hour with another live look from our Toyota Storm Tracker here. This is Beachmont Avenue, and can't really see the roadway that much, completely snow covered there. And we are talking about ice this morning as well. Good morning to you. I'm Jessica Brown.
I'm Dan Wells. So we were talking about kind of a large amount of snow yesterday, which materialized in a weird way with ice, not necessarily snow.
Upper levels were a little bit warmer, and nothing was picking up on it, and then it just was ice. It didn't stop, but then the snow came. Folks, when you balance it out, I know you want to measure that 10 inches here at the top of the 6. I'm going to tell you, I know you want to get out there, say 10 inches of snow, because that's what we were saying. This balances it out. We have 3 to 6 inches of snow on the ground, a half an inch of ice. That would have been 5 inches, but that half an inch of ice makes it equally as bad. So the conditions of what we expected our roads to look like last night and this morning, spot on. You can see from those bridges and ramps covered. You saw from Mount Washington there, going past the Kroger, going up Beachmont, covered. We've got covered roads. We have slow travel. You need extra time, plenty of it here this morning, and that's why you have all of those school closings coming in. The districts really knew what they were doing here on this one. Accumulation is over for now. There are some light snow showers, couple flurries. Roads are snow and ice covered, as I mentioned. You know, we have 3 to 6 inches of snow on the ground. The snow did materialize while we were sleeping. Absolutely it did. With that half an inch of sleet and ice on the ground, things are very troublesome and slow, all falling under the criteria by definition of what a winter storm warning is. Wind chill factors near 0 this morning with slow travel. Now, you look at the radar scope early on here. There is light snow continuing from Riley. Let's go up 75 into Liberty and Westchester. This is not going to be a big accumulation. We are going to be mainly dry today, but downright bitter cold. 15 Hamilton now, 13 CVG. Wind chill factors, 1 below at the airport, 2 below out in Clinton County. So drive times, light snow, caution, extreme caution on those roads this morning. We get in the afternoon, you're around 20 to 24 under cloudy skies and downright cold. So Rebecca, I mean, we were what we expected the roads to look like. That's exactly what we got here this morning.
Yeah, and definitely a situation where we are watching for a number of accidents. So far, so good, but you know, it's early and we've had lighter volume. Snow and ice, ramps and bridges are going to be especially dangerous today. We are seeing slow travel times in northern Kentucky, just going around 40 miles per hour, whether you're on 471 or 7175. That's a look at Butler County, where those roads are described as being pretty bad there north of 275, right there at Princeton-Glendale Road. So definitely be mindful of those side streets, especially. Could be very hazardous right now to your driving. Even the interstates, there are spots where we have troubles, like on 275 at Turkey Foot, where somebody just went off the road. That car is still there. Let's take a live look at the camera and show you what we're seeing there. It looks like some active snow falling here, 75 north of Galbraith. We're going to check in right now with Lauren Miner to see what things are looking like where she's at in the storm tracker.
Hey Rebecca, we are now in Mount Washington, and you just saw our shot there on Beachmont Avenue, which is a highly trafficked road. Not this morning. I haven't really seen a whole lot of cars out on the roadway, so I think a lot of people may be choosing to work from home today, which is the good news, because these roads, man, they're not looking good. You can see here as we travel on some of these side streets in Mount Washington, they are completely covered, and we've had a hard time trying to get around here. You're obviously having to deal with that snow, but also that ice underneath it, which makes it really, really slick. We've had a hard time getting up some of these hills, and it's just something you're going to want to keep in mind. If you have to head out this morning, give yourself some extra time, take it slow, and if you do not like driving in the snow whatsoever, you're going to want to stay home today, because we are seeing quite a few issues out there on the roadways. But for now, we'll go ahead and send it over to Allison Montoya, who has a look at the roadways in her area. Allison, where are you, and what are you seeing?
Hey, thanks so much, Lauren. We are still in Westchester here this morning, and we are seeing some snowflakes fly. It kind of laid down just a little thin layer here in the parking lot where we're at. So Dylan's going to get you a shot here of this extra little layer. So this is actually that fluffy stuff that we were seeing a little bit of yesterday. Thank goodness it's not those ice pellet, you know, the sleet. That's pretty slick out there. That's what caused a lot of this slush as well out on the roadways. Dylan's going to get you a look now on 75 northbound. Those are the lanes closest to us right here, right off Union Center Boulevard in Westchester and off 75. And, you know, our go up here, it was pretty slow. You know, if you're headed out right now, if you have to be somewhere, just give yourself a lot of time. I'm not talking about 10 extra minutes, 20, probably add on an extra 30 minutes, because you're going to go a little bit slower as usual. And but I also see a lot of cars going a little bit faster than they should. Maybe they feel confident in their vehicle, but I like to err on the side of caution. So A lot of companies are out right now, whether it's private companies doing these restaurants and businesses, or you've got ODOT out there and city plows. They are doing a heck of a job, but it was so hard to keep up with everything and that ice and that sleet and snow from yesterday. So give them some more time if you have to go anywhere. Maybe wait till later on in the morning, later on in the day. If not, just stay home and watch us right here on Fox 19. We'll send it back to you.
We're keeping an eye on all those closings and delays popping up. There are more than 300 right now, so we have that full list on our website, fox19.com. They're also scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Hey, tri-state coronavirus vaccine clinics are changing their schedules because of all this weather. So UC Health, Christ Hospital, Premier Health, and St. Elizabeth, they all reopened their clinics today at noon. The Cincinnati Health Department's vaccine clinic will be delayed 3 hours, now opening at 11 a.m. Accommodations for appointments may vary. You can check our website for more detailed information. Hamilton County Public Health vaccine appointments are postponed until next week at the same location at the same time on new days listed there on your screen. You can also find this info on our website as well at fox19.com.
And we're also tracking a number of snow emergencies right now on our website. Most are at a level 1. That means if you're out, use some caution. Right now, Hamilton County is still under a level 2 snow emergency, meaning you should not drive unless you have to. Head to fox19.com for that full list.
All right, coming up, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is adding a group of essential workers to the vaccine list. We'll explain who next.
And a live look from Mount Washington. Our storm tracker is out on area roads, and you can see the secondary roads still not clear this morning at 6:06 on this Tuesday morning. More on the situation maybe where you live coming up.
Fox 19 Now, sponsored by Tom Gill Chevrolet in Florence, Kentucky. Why in the world would you shop anyplace else? Now, Dan Wells, Jessica Brown, Rebecca Smith with traffic, and meteorologist Frank Marzullo. You're watching Fox 19 Now.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. If you're headed out right now, you're going to venture out into the great wilderness. Just definitely plan extra time this morning. I mean, it cannot be overstated enough. Just look at these travel times. You've got very slow travel across our area. 74, 75, 71, you're all hovering around 35 to 40 miles per hour, taking you between 15 to 30 minutes to get into downtown. So we never see travel times that are just red like that across the board at just 6 a.m. About 40 miles per hour, same deal in northern Kentucky, between 10 and 20 minutes. It's slow through the cut in the hill, and it needs to be slow this morning. Honestly, you're gonna have to plan extra time. It looks like a new accident just popped up on 71 south of 275 near Ronald Reagan Highway. I will check that out and bring you details in my next hit in a couple of minutes. Let's show you real quick the live camera shot of how things are looking, give you the status update. So it is snowing here.
Yeah,
they're at north of Galbraith on I-75, Frank.
We've got light snow. I mean, this is putting down a light coating. I mean, there's still snow coming down. We had 2 to 4 inches overnight on top of that ice. Don't think there's not issues out there. There are major issues. This forecast is verified in the aspect of we were experiencing and expecting slow travel. It verified for that last night. It verified for it here today. And with snow totals reaching 5 to 6 inches in spots with that ice, it is very, very slow. You can see the 7th Street ramp and light snow flying. This is Fort Washington Way about 5 a.m. and I checked the camera. It still looks the same. Still looks the same right here, snow packed and snow covered. And we've got light snow still falling at this hour into Hamilton, so Liberty Township, Westchester. Our Allison Montoya is in Westchester. We'll check in with her as light snow continues to fall, glazing things over, back over towards Millville. Now, the snow kind of ends here mid-morning. And then it's just cold. Look at the wind chills. That's the bottom number here, folks. Wind chills today are going to be 8, 9, 10, 11 degrees right through afternoon. And then tonight, we've got wind chills well below zero. When we come back, we'll hit reset and we'll look at the next weather maker and another accumulator coming in here on Thursday. Guys?
Remember, you can track live conditions and look ahead at the forecast on our free FOX19 mobile weather app. Just take out your phone and take a picture of what you're seeing there. Just got to aim the camera at your phone at that QR code on your screen.
Well, we want you to join in on the conversation on our Facebook page.
Cute.
You know what? I mean, the best place to sled in the tri-state. We're seeing like a ton of people saying Mount Washington, Harbin Park up in Fairfield, Devoux Park in Covington, whatever.
Yeah.
You name it, let us know, because Jessica has not done that yet. And we need to point her in the right direction.
I think in Devoux might be it. Let me know, folks.
I mean,
Love
look at
to
that.
do it out there. I'm going to take Rocco with me. He's going to be mad. Going down the hill. All right, let's check in with our Toyota Storm Tracker, shall we? I'll look at the roadways once again because we're looking at the conditions where we saw.
Yeah, and we are actually in Mount Washington, and you can see those snow-covered roads here. We are taking a look at some neighborhoods, and it's actually snowing a little bit here as well. Very light. We're going to jump out of the Storm Tracker here, give you a look at some of these neighborhood residential areas. Make sure you stick with us. We'll be right back.
Fox 19 Now First Alert Weather is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is announcing that child care workers will be added to Phase 1B of Kentucky's vaccine rollout. Now they can start signing up for the vaccinations immediately. Phase 1C, those 60 and older, those 16 with high-risk conditions and all essential workers. It's starting in some parts of the state through local health departments, continuing to focus on vaccinating those 70 and older.
Look at this in Oregon, where the roof of a Safeway store just buckled under the weight of heavy snow and ice. Yeah, look at this view here. Firefighters say the collapse happened near the front of that store where the cash registers are. As you can tell, it isn't a small section that caved in. We're told it's about 40 by 100 feet. Luckily, everyone inside was able to get out okay.
Okay, first alert weather time now, and take a look. The storm tracker this morning up in Mount Washington at this hour, tracking that drive. And you can see we're going here on Beachmont out towards Anderson, and you've got complete snowpack and complete snow cover right now with light snow still falling. I mean, these roads, I know everybody's hung up on that. Where's the 10 inches? Folks, 3 to 6 on the ground. That is winter storm warning criteria. The 10-inch total got knocked down because of that ice situation, half an inch of ice. When you take that half an inch of ice that we had, that would have been equivalent to 5 inches. So the precip is balancing out. The bottom line is what we expected to be tough travel is exactly what we saw yesterday evening and exactly what we're seeing here this morning. Steve told you last night we were getting additional fresh snow after that initial round of ice, and that's what we saw. And we've got very slow travel here this morning. 3 to 6 inches is a storm for us. We were hung up on the 10. I get it. But 3 to 6, I just want to make sure folks know that this is a big deal here this morning and a lot of very slow travel and justified reasons for school closings this morning. I mean, you don't see this typically here in greater Cincinnati, going on 19 inches now for the month of February. Doppler radar at this hour still bringing in some light snow. As you take a look at the Doppler radar picture right now up towards Hamilton, Brookville here. Let's bring in Catherine Bodak there as we're looking at this, Catherine. The Doppler radar is still giving us some light snow, but the accumulations will be minor.
Right. This is going to be pretty much what we have. And again, we're looking at that 3 to 6 range.
Yeah. We're going to get with Catherine and some of the snow totals here in a second, but let's take a look at the Doppler radar right now. Out towards Hamilton and Loveland, back over towards West Harrison, light snow, white water. Again, this isn't going to add much to the accumulation that's on the ground here. It is flying, though, and it's an indication. It looks a little worse with that wind because the winds are quite gusty. We've got wind chill factors this morning in the 0 to 1 degree above range. Accumulation, heavy accumulation, is over for now. We'll get the details here in a second, but 3 to 6 on the ground with that half an inch of sleet. Travel, as expected, very, very slow this morning. Wind chill factors near 0. Slow travel, take it slow and bring it down here. Drive time index, I've got you at a 4. 5 would be big weather-related issues. And watch those sidewalks, too. Even if you shovel off the snow, the fresh snow off the sidewalk or the driveway, you're going to slip because there's ice under that. 15, 16 degrees here this morning at 15 Mason, 13 Florence. You factor in a wind chill, it feels like 1 Harrison, feeling like 4 Milford. Our next weather event is coming Thursday morning. Accumulating snow on the way. Once again, I'll give you a breakdown here in a moment. That will continue Thursday afternoon with a mix. Scan the QR code bottom of your screen. You'll get those instant updates. I want to get to Catherine because, we're going to add some more snow late week on top of what we already had. And the snowfall totals, they did go up overnight. That's without question.
They did, and like you mentioned, with those cold temperatures sticking around, we're really going to see the snow kind of accumulate over the next couple days, and a lot of us ending up in that 3 to 6 range with this storm that has come to an end now. So we're looking at Batesville at around 5 inches, Hamilton, same goes for you, Dent, same story with just about 4.5 inches there, Fairfield, more of the same, Sharonville, you're at just around 4 inches. CVG, Groesbeck, Wilmington, Mason, Cheviot there, you're at about that 3 to 3.5 inch reading for snow totals. And it really depended on kind of the type of snowflake that we saw, you know, with those totals. It was a very complicated forecast for that reason. You know, for us, we ended up having kind of some warmer air aloft, if you will. So warmer air in the higher levels of the atmosphere. So with that being the case, we had a little bit of freezing rain, but a lot of sleet, and that sleet really cut down on those totals. You know, we really needed a profile more like this where you had that cold air all the way down. Had a little chance to melt there, but it caused some treacherous travel there, Frank.
Yeah, all my years, I haven't seen the models in that most agreement leading up to that for all snow in a long time. So yeah, Mother Nature threw that little wrench, but hey, we got stuff and we've got issues. Now let's move forward here and take a look at what's coming our way, because we've got another blast coming in here. This will be a little more manageable, but it's going to cause issues for Thursday. Wednesday's dry, mid-20s tomorrow, and then watch Thursday. Thursday morning, snow showers moving in, and these bands on and off through Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. So the second half of Thursday morning's commute gets a slick. I look at Thursday evening being troublesome for the evening drive as well. And those snowfall totals right now looking around 2 to 4 inches for most of us on your Thursday afternoon into Friday morning. So it starts Thursday morning, continues on and off through the day. We'll get some mixing in Thursday afternoon, so we'll watch that. We love mixing, don't we? 26 on your Friday, 32 Saturday. I've got rain back in here and temps back in the 40s Sunday. Rebecca?
Only mixing if it's like involving baked goods.
Yes.
Do I like that? On the roads, it can cause some problems, which it is, absolutely 100%. 71 northbound at Ronald Reagan Highway, we have an accident there in that area. I checked out the camera. I could not see the accident itself, but it definitely looks pretty messy over here. We've seen some snow falling. Let's take a live look at the camera and show you what we're seeing in the area of 71 at Euclid. You can see those snowflakes here just complicating and compounding already slick, icy roads. We'll be right back.
Okay, a live look right now. That is I-71 at Euclid this morning, and that interstate's looking a little bit better right there, but still, we've got snow-packed and covered roads on many of our streets and interstates still. They will get better as heavy accumulation is over for now, but there's more on the way. I'll break it down as the morning news on this first alert weather day on a snow-covered Greater Cincinnati continues.
This is a Fox 19 Now First Alert Weather Day.
Approaching 6:30 here on this Tuesday morning, and we are still seeing flurries out there. You know what? After we saw, quite a bit of snow pile up yesterday, and we have more to come.
Crew's working hard out there, guys. Good morning to you. We got Dan and Jess there. And the ice that fell yesterday afternoon, of course, knocked those snow totals down. But we got snow overnight. You're waking up this morning to snow cover. We got snow that is in the criteria for winter storm warnings. Many of us saw 4, 5, even 6 inches out of this storm. So to say that everything is busted And I know I probably shouldn't worry about social media people, whatever. But I do. To say that everything, it's not busted. I mean, yes, we did not get 10 inches. I get it. I get that. But the aspect of what we were looking at over the last 4 or 5 days, never seen anything that much in agreement in my career doing this. With that said, you got a half an inch of ice. That would have been equivalent to about 5 inches of snow. But then overnight, we got 2 to 4, 2 to 5 inches of snowfall in spots. So this forecast was not as far off as you would think, because the road conditions equally as bad as we thought they would be yesterday evening and this morning. So the road conditions are exactly what I thought they would be. I'm going to be honest with you here. Yeah, I know you want to get out there and measure 10 inches and say we got the 10 inches, but let's look at this whole thing as a whole here, okay? So now to 11 a.m., snow, ice, covered roads, snow and slick here this morning. Wednesday afternoon, we are dry, but our next impact window is going to start Thursday morning through Thursday afternoon with some more on and off snow. Now, the snow totals on that is going to be maybe 2 to 3 inches, maybe a little isolated higher amount, but we'll get more on that coming up. Right now, we've got some light snow still flying from Lawrenceburg, where our Drew Ammon is, up towards Westchester, where Allison Montoya is reporting for us this morning. Light snow back over towards Liberty Township in South Lebanon and Sims. Not adding up to much, giving you another coating or a dusting. Look at this impressive snow total. 19 inches for the month of February. You should be at 3.9. We are now 26 for the season. That is well above average. Average seasonal is about 22. 15 right now, Hamilton, 13 CVG. You factor in the wind, it feels like 2 below right now out at the airport in Wilmington. So drive times this morning, caution. Caution, roads are a mess. Low teens this morning. This afternoon, I've got you at 24. So, yeah, I know you went to bed thinking it. We got snow last night, and this was an event that was going to continue through this morning, Rebecca. So we've got some verifications here, absolutely, of big-time issues on those roads. And those travel times are a great indication of that, right?
That's right. There you go. You kind of took the words out of my mouth. You can see they're red. They have been all morning long, indicating that people are taking it slow. We have a couple of accidents that are additionally causing some delays, but not a huge number of those. I can tell from the big map all morning long, it's looked consistently with these warm colors, indicating that people are taking it slow across the tri-state. You're really forced to at this point, because the second that you start to speed up a little too much or you brake a little too hard, you're reminded that those roads are icy with that snow and then that underlying layer of sleet. 71 north at Ronald Reagan Highway, we have an accident in that location. Let's show you the live camera shot and the view there of 71 at Euclid. Definitely seeing some active snowfall here. Starting to pick up, not looking like a typical rush hour in terms of the peak, but definitely the cars that are on the roads are risking a lot right now. Let's check in with Lauren Miner to see how Mount Washington's faring.
Hey, yeah, Mount Washington, we are seeing some snow-covered roads. We had a difficult time trying to get up the hill here into Mount Washington. We are on one of the side streets right next to the Creamy Whip off of Beachmont Avenue, if you're familiar with the area. You can see it is coming down here very lightly, really pretty snow, and you can see that light dusting here right on top of that snow-packed snow that we were seeing earlier, that ice. Very thin snow, very light snow, fluffy snow is the way I would describe it out here. But then if you take a look, this is one of the side roads, so a lot of them do remain untouched this morning, or if a crew was out here earlier, they just weren't able to get a lot of this snow off. But it is very packed, and if you get to the bottom layer where the pavement is, it's very slick, and that's because we are seeing that ice underneath the snow. And Beachmont Avenue doesn't look that much better, but we have seen snow crews out. They are busy. They are doing their best to try to get all of these areas treated for you. You can see traffic moving pretty slow here on Beachmont Avenue, which is good. That's what you need to do if you're going to be heading out the door. Really take your time. As Rebecca was saying earlier, maybe giving yourself 30 minutes is a good idea. And just because this is what a lot of your roads are looking like, even interstates, we were having some issues there on 71, 75 near the Florence area. Cutting the Hill, though, did look pretty good. So we're going to continue driving around here, but for now, we're going to go ahead and send it over to Allison Montoya. She is in Westchester, I believe, near Top Golf. Allison, how's it looking where you are?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. And yeah, we are by Top Golf. I was hoping I could get a club out of my car and, hit some off the deck there, but I'm sure they're closed for the morning. Maybe they'll open up because a lot of these places, restaurants where we're at off of Civic Center Boulevard here in Westchester, a lot of these plow and tow trucks, they're coming along here and taking care of their, parking lots to make sure that they can open later. So hopefully they can get back to business here. A lot of businesses shut down yesterday because of that sleet and the snow that fell. But, as we've been here, you can see the snow in my hair. But, a light layer of snow has dropped since we've been here. So that quick dusting obviously could cause some issues for you on the roadways. Not causing too many problems on the interstate right now. However, it was a different scenario around 4 and 5 this morning, really. The road was entirely covered. It was slushy on our way up, and I was going about 35, 40 miles per hour. Obviously, the drivers that I'm seeing right now, they're going at a pretty good speed here. You can see some of the semi-truck drivers, they got a lot of weight in their trucks. They're able to take this, at a pretty good speed here this morning. But, when in doubt, and I see a car slowing down there, that's kind of scary. And Dylan, if you want to get a shot, we just about witnessed a wreck. If you can't drive in this stuff, please stay home. If you can drive in it, don't go as fast as I'm seeing these drivers. Now people are putting on their flashers up there. Thank goodness I did not see that on live TV because, anyways, that would have been pretty bad for that driver there. Just take it slow, guys, wherever you're at this morning. It's pretty dicey out there. Back to you.
It's good and real advice,
Yeah.
Allison. Thank you so much. You know what? We are keeping an eye on all of those closings and delays tied to this nasty weather. There's more than 300 right now, and we have that full list on our website, fox19.com. They're also scrolling at the bottom of your screen. And breaking right now, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is closing all state buildings today due to dangerous road conditions. He says employees who work from home or are essential for mandatory operations should still report to work.
Want to give you another close look at the roadways here, and this is a live look from our Toyota Storm Tracker in Mount Washington. And do you see the road? It's somewhere. We're seeing a lot of snow cover in it, some ice out there as well. You want to make sure you use caution. Can't stress that enough today as we are seeing icy conditions out there. Frank is watching more snow rolling into the forecast this week. We'll check in with him next.
Keeping you informed anytime, anywhere, everywhere. Fox 19 Now is sponsored by Solar Tent. Your doors are locked, but is your glass protected? Safety and security films are protecting you 24/7. Call Solar Tent to schedule your free in-home consultation or visit solartent.com.
Yeah. All right, first alert traffic update for you right now on this Tuesday. Well, it's here, the day we've been talking about for many days. We do have really troublesome road conditions, though, especially as you head out this morning, because we are now at the peak of our morning drive. So we see an influx of volume, a couple of crashes, but nothing major at this point. 275 eastbound around Crestview Hills. That car still stuck in that eastbound direction that went off the road early this morning. 71 northbound at Ronald Reagan. That's not causing an issue. It's just slow travel everywhere. Let's show you a live camera shot of what we're talking about. We've seen some active snowfall as well. A little convoy there of some plow trucks you can see. This is the view of the Big Mac Bridge over here. So there's like 4 in a row. Look at them. They're taking it easy, obviously, as are the other motorists in this area, because these are those ramps and those bridges and overpasses that do tend to ice first, Frank.
And I mean, the forecast, of course, with the 10 inches, a little bit different here, and we've explained that plenty, what happened here, but we were expecting at least snow through 2 a.m. from the very beginning here, and so when you're waking up this morning, you went to bed with not that, we got snow overnight. I mean, roads are tough. They're bad out there right now. That without saying, you can see very slow travel here in the downtown. And we even have some light snow still flying this morning. This is giving you more of a glaze over on some surfaces, nothing heavy. As we go to the Doppler radar picture, you can see here in the Butler, Warren counties, out towards Loveland, 275, getting that light snow right now. Today is going to be just bitter cold. I mean, highs only around 20, 21. Get some good speed on those sled hills today. Drive times here, our wind chills are below zero, near zero. We're going to have single-digit wind chills going into the afternoon. When we come back, I've got the next round of snow and what that means for the end of the week right after this.
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Can you guys hear me okay?
Fox 19 Now First Alert Weather is sponsored by your local Toyota dealers.
In live look right now, 6:45. The storm tracker here this morning, and we are still over into the Mount Washington, Anderson Township areas this morning. You can see we have light snow falling, but look at that snowpack on the roads. We got snow last night. You know, Kathleen, the forecast was for snow to continue until 2 a.m. This morning, even though we did have the ice situation, which we've detailed here. You know, 3 to 6 inches with ice underneath.
Right.
Even though we were looking at that 10, this is the same sort of scenario. What you get after
Right.
6, it doesn't really matter.
Hazards are the same, you know,
Right.
a layer of ice is a layer of ice. So, yeah, we're just getting folks ready for, you know, kind of a snowy mess out there, certainly slow driving.
I know, and because we've said, obviously, you know, the 10 was you know, far-fetched there because of what happened. But I don't want anybody to think that, well, then there's no issues. We've got major issues. We've got the same issues we would have had with 10 inches on the ground. As you look at Doppler radar right now, I just think that's an important point to make here this morning. Hamilton, Loveland, back over towards Claremont County, Wilmington. We're dealing with light snow right now in and around Miami-town, over towards Bridgetown, my friends. Not much happening back over to I like Peppertown. Sounds like a fun place, Peppertown. We are dealing with, again, a little bit of light snow giving us another coating, but the hazards this morning are, as the heavy accumulation's over now, it's roads that are snow covered and ice covered. But we just saw 4 big plows go up 71 coming off the 471 bridge. So that is really positive right now. Things are, they're working hard. 3 to 6 inches of snow is on the ground. Underneath that, you've got a half an inch of sleet and ice. So that is adding to some real bad issues for us here. Wind chill factors near 0. Do me a favor, scan the QR code as we've been telling you all week, because we've got another round of precipitation of the winter-like type coming in for Thursday, and that's going to give us more accumulation. Right now, we're at 16, 15, 14 degrees. Drive time index is at a 4, just under tough travel here because it is rough and slow. 11 Connorsville right now, 16 Brooksville. You factor in a wind chill, feels like 1 below here this morning in Florence. Want to get over to Catherine now, break down some of those snow totals because they fall in, for the most part, winter storm warning criteria.
And you left us with those temperatures. You know, this 3 to 6 inches that we had fall over the tri-state will most likely stick around here as we head into the next couple of days. Then we have another round of snow starting tomorrow night into your Thursday, so that will just add up. As far as totals for this last event, again, 3 to 6 inches overall. Batesville and Hamilton just over 5 inches there. Dent, Fairfield, and Sharonville, anywhere between about 4 to 4.5 inches. CVG coming in at about 3.7 inches, same for Groesbeck, and around 3.5 for Wilmington, Mason, and Cheviot this morning. So the snow for a majority of the area has come to an end. Just a few flurries that won't really add up to much, but like Frank had been mentioning, or is mentioning, you know, it's going to be slow travel out there, and we'll check in with Rebecca here in a moment, but let's send it back to you, Frank.
Yeah, and we've got more snow on the way now. And, you know, even last week we said another system was coming in towards the end of this week, and we are looking at that. So the timing of these systems has been spot on. The aspect of the ice first portion of yesterday, of course, we had to tweak that. But Thursday morning, accumulating snow, slow travel will be with us getting into mid-morning and afternoon on Thursday. This will be falling through the day and then mixing in with some ice late day. Friday morning, some early snow showers. But let me give you the timing of that here as we go through the afternoon tomorrow, dry, but by midnight tomorrow night into early Thursday morning, we're going to get some snow showers starting to come out of the south. And then you see these little bands work in. There's noon, 1, 2, 3 o'clock. I do look at snow on and off through Thursday, meaning both the morning and the evening commute does look to be on the slick side. And as of right now, looking at all the different data we have, looking at about 2 to 4 inches. I think 2 to 3 would be a pretty safe bet. That extra 4 may not happen due to the fact we're going to get some icing mixing in with that going into Thursday afternoon. So do look at more snow on the roads. And the bottom line is we've got 19 inches for the month of February. We should be at 3.5. So if you're questioning if it's been a snowy month, I don't know what you're questioning because it certainly has. We're looking at 26 for your Friday, early snow Friday morning, Saturday 32, Sunday. Hey, let's get back to the low 40s. What do you say? Back to average.
Let's slow clap to that.
The slow clap it well.
First alert traffic update. The morning drive time story is that you've got snow, you've got ice, so a fun little mix that we have to contend with and deal with, especially ramps and bridges. Those are going to be especially dangerous for you this morning. But even on the major interstates, you can see very slow travel resulting from the fact that, you know, the plow trucks are trying to do as much as they can, but with the volume of the ice, especially kind of under that layer of snow, they're really having a tough time. Between 20 and 35 minutes right now. 75 looks especially slow in the southbound direction in Ohio. May want to stick with 71. 471's a little bit slower than 71, 75 right now, but still just 10 to 20 minutes. Not terrible. We actually want to see these travel times looking kind of slow, indicating that people are hopefully being cautious out there on the roads. Not a huge accident number right now, so that's encouraging. Let's take a live look at the camera and show you Fort Washington Way. We did see some active snowfall in this area, but definitely looking good there east and westbound.
All right, we asked you to show us your photos of the snow you're seeing in your area, and we got some good ones.
Yeah, we received more than 300 pictures and
that's
video.
Beautiful.
You know what? We want to thank James Engel for sending in this photo. It's from Covington. Beautiful, right?
Yeah. And then how about this photo from Billy and Christine? It's a snowman built on the hood of a car at their house.
Nice. This is video from Nate.
Uh-oh.
Check him out.
Woo! Hit the edges and flip.
No, that's good balance,
That's
right?
really good balance, right? He's calling it sleepboarding. And then take a look at this one here from Kelly Downs. This is her cow, Hufflepuff, catching a few snowflakes on her tongue.
You know where that's from, right?
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And this is Krista McMillan's dog, Archie, enjoying the snow in Southgate, Kentucky. Aw.
So again, send us your photos by scanning that QR code or head to our website, fox19.com/pics.
That's relaxing there when you hear that and see it all.
It's just gorgeous.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Let's give you a live look outside. Still snow flying out there. 13 degrees, your forecast with Frank next.